Hey guys, this is Evan from EzOrigami, and today I'll be teaching you how to fold an Origami Simple Fish designed by Joseph Hwang. All you need is a single square sheet of paper. If this is your first time folding this model, I recommend using a 6-inch or larger square. Using a 6-inch square will result in a model about 3 inches wide. Diagrams for this model can be found in Joseph's new book called Marine Origami, which is now available on Amazon and Origami Shop. This is the simplest of the 26 models in the book, so I think it's a great one to start with. And I'll post the links for the book in the video description below. And I'm going to be using 6-inch kami with color on one side and white on the other, just to make it a bit easier to follow along. And once you've prepared your paper, then we're going to start with our square with the colored side up. And then we're going to fold in half diagonally. So take this bottom right corner and fold it up to the top left corner. Align the corners and the edges, then make your crease, and then unfold. Then we're going to rotate the paper 90 degrees. Then again, fold up this bottom right corner and align it with the top left corner. Align the corners and the edges, then make your crease, and then unfold. And then we're going to fold up this bottom right corner and align it with the intersection of these two diagonal creases. So we just want to lift up that corner, pull it in towards the center of the model, and once it's aligned with that crease intersection, then you can make your crease. Then you can unfold, and we want to take the same corner and align it with this crease intersection here. So we're just going to lift up the bottom right corner, and we want to pull it up until it aligns with the intersection between that diagonal crease and the crease we just made. Once everything is aligned, then you can make your crease. And this time we're not going to unfold. Then we want to rotate the paper 180 degrees so that the corner that we just folded in is now held on the top left. And then we want to repeat the two previous steps. So we're going to start by taking this bottom right corner and aligning it with the center crease intersection. So we're just going to fold up the bottom right corner. Once it's aligned with the intersection of those two diagonal creases, then you can make your crease. Then you can unfold, flatten everything out. And then we want to fold up the same corner and align it with this new crease intersection. So we're just going to lift up the bottom right corner, align it with the intersection between the diagonal crease and the crease we just made, and then you can make your crease. Then we're going to turn the model over. And again, we want to fold up this bottom right corner and align it with the central crease intersection. So we're just going to lift up that bottom right corner, and once it's aligned with the intersection of those two diagonal creases, then you can make your crease. We want to do the same thing on the other side, so we're going to rotate the paper 180 degrees. Then again, lift up this bottom right corner and align it with that central crease intersection. You can also align it with the other colored flap as well. Then you can make your crease. Then you can unfold the two colored corners that we just folded in. And from here, we're going to fold up this bottom right corner and align it with this new crease intersection. So we're just going to lift up the bottom right corner, align it with the intersection between that center diagonal crease and the new crease that we just made. And then you can make your crease. And we're only doing that on one side. Then we're going to turn the paper over, and we want to orient it so that this corner from the original square is facing down. And from here we want to align this bottom horizontal mountain fold with this horizontal crease in the center of the model. So we're going to do that by pinching the bottom mountain folds from the top, and we want to pull it up towards the center of the model like this. And you want to pull it up until that folded edge is aligned with that center horizontal crease. Your new crease should also align with the bottom of these two white triangles. So once everything is aligned, then you can make your crease all the way across. And now we're going to fold up this bottom right corner along this white diagonal edge here. And we're going to do that by lifting up the bottom right corner and pulling it up and over to the left. And you'll notice that it stops at a certain point. And that's good because you want your new crease to align with this colored edge underneath, and you want it to extend all the way over to this right corner here. So you may need to slightly adjust the paper to align with both of those references, and then you can make your crease through all layers. Once you have that, then you can unfold. Then we want to do the same thing on the left side. So we're going to lift up this bottom left corner and pull it up and over to the right as far as it goes. You'll see it stops at a certain point, and you want your new crease to align with this colored edge underneath and extend all the way over to this left corner here. So you may need to adjust the paper to align with both of those references, and then you can make your crease all the way across. Then you can unfold that side as well. And now we're going to reverse fold these two white corners along the creases that we just made. So we're going to start with this bottom right corner, and I want you to notice this small crease that I've marked here. It's currently a valley fold, but we want to reverse its direction to make it a mountain fold. So to do that, I like to hold down this colored layer of paper with my left hand, while at the same time lifting up that layer of paper with that small diagonal crease with my right hand. So you basically want to separate those two layers of paper. And while keeping the layers separated, you want to push up on this white folded edge from underneath. So we're just going to push that white folded edge up and over to the left, just like this. And as you're doing this, you'll start to see that the paper will collapse along this existing diagonal crease. So we just want to reinforce that crease by pushing it down from the top. You'll see it kind of flattens out this white layer here. And you'll also notice that that small diagonal crease actually reverse direction, so it's currently a mountain fold. So we just want to pinch that small crease from the top, make sure it's a mountain fold. Then we can simply pull that mountain fold down and over to the right to flatten out the paper along existing creases. So just flatten everything out. You shouldn't be making any new creases. And you can see that you've reverse folded that corner there. And now that we've done that on the right, we want to do the same exact thing on the left. Once again, I've marked this small diagonal crease here. We want to reverse that valley fold to make it a mountain fold. So in order to do that, I like to hold down this colored layer of paper with my right hand, while at the same time lifting up that layer of paper with the small diagonal crease with my left hand. So you just want to separate those two layers of paper. Then while keeping the layers separated, we want to push up on this white folded edge from underneath. So we're just going to push it up and over to the right, just like we did on the other side. Again, you'll see the paper will start to collapse along this existing crease. So we're just going to reinforce that long diagonal crease as well. And as you do that, you'll see that that small diagonal crease reversed direction and now is a mountain fold. So we can just pinch that from the top and fold it back down over to the left. Again, while collapsing along existing creases. So we're not creating any new creases here. And once you've reverse folded both sides, your model should look like this. And now we're going to swivel fold along existing creases. So we're going to start on this right side here. And I want you to notice this small colored triangle. And we want to fold that triangle down along this horizontal folded edge here. So we're going to do that by lifting up that colored triangle from behind and folding it down along that horizontal folded edge, just like this. I suggest pushing your finger all the way over to that right corner just to open up those layers a bit. And you'll notice that the model is three-dimensional. So in order to make it lie flat, we want to push these right layers over to the left. So we're just going to push them over to the left like this. And you'll see that they'll collapse along an existing crease here. So you can kind of flatten out the model like that. And to make everything lie flat, you'll see that we need to create a new diagonal crease here. So I like to just flatten out the model and make that new crease in the process. And you'll see that your new crease will align with that colored edge underneath. Once you've done that on the right, then we're going to do the same exact thing on the left. So again, we want to lift up that small colored triangle from behind, and we want to fold it down along that horizontal folded edge, just like this. Again, I suggest pushing all the way over to that left corner just to open up that corner a bit. And you'll notice that the model is three-dimensional. So to make it lie flat, we want to push these left layers over to the right, just like this. You'll see it will start to collapse along existing creases. And you'll notice in order to flatten out the rest of the model, you need to create a new crease along this white edge here. So we're just going to create a new crease by flattening the model out. And you'll see that your new crease will align with this colored edge underneath. Then from here, we want to take these two small white triangles and we want to fold them up as far as they go. So we're just going to fold up the triangles on each side. Then we're going to rotate the model so that this colored triangle is now held on the left. And then we want to mountain fold the entire model in half along this existing horizontal crease. So we just want to lift up the model and we want to mountain fold the top half behind, just like this, along that existing horizontal crease. Then you can put the model back down and flatten everything out. And then we're going to fold down this top left corner and align it with this bottom point here. So we just want to lift up the left side of the model from behind, pull down that top left corner, and align it with the bottom point that I mentioned before. Once both points are aligned, then you can make a sharp crease through all layers. And then you can unfold. And now we're going to reverse fold this top left corner here along existing creases. So we're going to do that by lifting up the model. And I like to start by using my left hand to separate the layers on the left side of the model. So you want to make sure that all of the layers are separated symmetrically. And while those layers are separated, we want to push down along this top folded edge here. As you can see, it's currently a mountain fold, but we want to reverse this direction to make it a valley fold. So we're going to do that by pushing down on that top folded edge, and we're going to push it down towards the bottom of the model. So just push it all the way down like this. It's almost like a squash fold at this point. But once that folded edge reaches the bottom of the model, you'll start to see the rest of the model will collapse along existing creases. This crease was already a mountain fold. This one actually reversed directions and became a mountain fold. So we can just reinforce those mountain folds from the top, just like this. Then we can fold this flap over to the left just to flatten everything out and make sure it's symmetrical. And now you can see that you've reverse folded this corner here. And now we're going to lift up this top colored layer of paper so that we can see the layers inside. I'm going to lift up the model and slightly rotate it so that you can see the layers a little bit better. But I want you to notice these two triangles here. And what we want to do is take this bottom triangle and we want to fold it up inside the model along this white folded edge here. So while keeping these two layers separated, we want to grab this small white triangle and we want to fold it up inside of the model as far as it goes. So we're just going to fold it up like this along that white folded edge. You'll see the corner of that triangle goes all the way up to the top left corner of the model. And once everything is aligned, then you can make a small crease inside. Then you can close the model back up and flatten everything out just to make sure that crease held. And now you can see that you've locked the layers on the left side of the model together. And now we want to align this point with the corner of this white triangle on the bottom. So we're going to do that by lifting up the right side of the model, and we want to bring both of those points together just like this. And if you've done this correctly, you'll see that this colored edge should align with the white edge underneath. Then you can make your crease through all layers. And then unfold. And now we're going to make an angle bisector by aligning this right edge with this top edge here. So we're going to do that by lifting up a single layer of paper on top. And we want to start at the top right corner and work our way over to the left until those two folded edges are aligned on top. Just like this. There's a few other easy reference points down here as well. So once everything is aligned, then you can make your crease all the way across. And then you can unfold. Then we're going to turn the model over and we're going to do the same exact thing. And this time we're going to create an angle bisector on this top left corner by aligning this left edge with the top edge here. So we're going to do that by lifting up a single layer of paper, and we want to pull it over to the right until both of those folded edges are aligned on top. You'll see there's a few other easy reference points down here as well. Then you can make your crease all the way across. Then you can unfold and turn the model back over. And now we're going to fold over this far right point and align it with this left corner here. And we're going to do that by lifting up the right side of the model and pulling it over to the left. You're essentially folding the entire model in half, and you just want to make sure both of those points are aligned. Once both points are aligned, your model should look like this, and then you can make a sharp crease through all layers. And then we want to lift up the layers of paper that we just folded over, and we want to hold them so that they're straight up and down. Then you want to take your right hand and separate those two layers of paper by pushing your finger inside all the way up to the very top of the model. So you want to push your finger inside like this until you reach that top edge. And as you do this, you'll see the model is starting to flatten itself out. So while your right hand is inside, you want to take your left hand and push down on that colored layer from the top. So you just want to flatten it out like this, and you're basically just squash folding along existing creases. So you just want to flatten everything out once again, and your model should look like this. And now I want you to notice this existing horizontal crease that I've marked here. We want that crease to be a valley fold, so we're going to fold this bottom edge up to the top edge of the model here. We're going to do that by lifting up this top colored layer of paper, and we want to fold the bottom edge all the way up to the top. Again, while reinforcing the existing crease that I mentioned before. So you can just reinforce that crease from the inside, and you'll see that the model doesn't lie flat. So to make it lie flat, we're going to start on this right side, and we want to push these layers over in towards the center of the model so that we're collapsing along this existing diagonal crease. So we're just going to push these layers in towards the center of the model, again collapsing along an existing crease, and you'll see the top of the model doesn't lie flat. So we simply just want to flatten those colored layers down, and we'll end up creating a new crease here. So just flatten everything out like that. And then we want to do the same thing on the left side. So we're going to start at the bottom and push these layers in towards the center of the model, just like this, while reinforcing an existing crease. You'll see the top of the model doesn't lie flat, so we simply want to push that layer down from the top and flatten it out to create a new crease. And once you've done that on both sides, your model should look like this. And now we're going to grab these top colored layers of paper and we're going to fold them down along this existing horizontal crease. And from here we want to make a small angle bisector that extends from this bottom right corner. And we're going to do that by aligning this bottom edge with this right edge here. So you carefully want to lift up this top layer of paper from the middle, and you want to pull it over to the right. Then you want to start at the bottom right corner and work your way up until both of those folded edges are aligned. You'll see the model does not lie flat, but you can still make your crease inside. And to make the model lie flat, we simply want to push up on these middle layers here. So you just want to push up on them from underneath. And as you do this, you'll start to see the rest of the model will flatten out. So you can push down on those layers from the top and simply flatten everything out along existing creases. And as you're flattening everything out, you're actually creating a new crease along this top edge here. So just flatten out the rest of the model. And once you've done that, then your Origami Simple Fish is complete. I hope you've enjoyed this video tutorial on how to fold an Origami Simple Fish designed by Joseph Hwang. Be sure to upload photos of your completed model to Instagram with the hashtag EzOrigami to be featured here in my next video. Also, be sure to check out Joseph's Instagram for more of his impressive work. I'll post some links with more information about his new book, Marine Origami, in the video description as well. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment below. And of course, subscribe to my channel and hit the notifications bell for more videos like this. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.